It is cold, wet, windy. Ugh. I'd go camping in this, but I don't feel like recording the whole video out here for y'all. My fingers are cold. Let's take this inside. All right, we're inside now, and we're going to do a video on setting up reservations on the Texas State Parks Reserve America website. I think this is going to be the most informative and helpful video that I make for y'all, so please pay attention, stick around. I want to say about the 9 to 10 minute mark of the video, there's going to be some really important information if you are trying to book sites for holidays like Labor Day. So please stick around on this video because hopefully you're going to learn a lot. All right, y'all. When I start out making my reservation, I always start at the Texas State Parks Reserve America website. That is a specific website you want to use because Reserve America actually does work for a lot of different parks, and I think even state parks in other states. But Texas State Parks has their own specific one, and you want to be on that one. You'll have a login, username and password to log into it. When you get in here, I usually just search for any campsites, and then I like to use the map. So I'll click on the map, and I'll kind of zoom in and target what it is I'm looking for. And today I'm looking at Lockhart State Park. First thing I'm going to try is just looking right at what's available coming up real soon. This coming up weekend is Valentine's weekend. Just thought I'd take a gamble and see what they've got. And as you can see, all the little icons are brown, which means that they're not available. They are actually reserved. So just kind of looking through to see all the options here. You can see how some of them are full hookup, some of them are electric and water. And I like using the map to kind of track around, see what your options are. Click into it, and I can see here you've got several different things to look at. We've got here's the legend here. So if I click on previous 2 weeks, it takes me back, shows me something that's available earlier. Just kind of bouncing around here. So you see where you've got the letter R there. That shows that it's reserved. If you've got an A, it's available. It's got a little bit more color to it. I believe the blue A is something that you're not selected. If it's a yellow A, that's what it's currently highlighting for what you're trying to book. So you can change them just by clicking on one of the other letter A's. Just clicking forward here a few weeks, you can go forward by next 2 weeks, next 2 weeks. There is a 5-month out period that you can reserve in, and I will definitely deal with that more here shortly. Okay. So let's actually look at something that looks like it's going to be 5 months out. So currently it's the 11th of February. So I'm going to jump forward to July. That should be 5 months out. So it looks like I actually went a little too far into the future, and there's X's everywhere. That means that those sites are not available yet or at this time. So I'm just going to go back 2 weeks and see what shows available or reserved. Okay, now you can see here where it put yellow for me on a couple of days, a lot of blue showing available, and then those triangles, that is a big deal. We'll talk more about that in a little bit because that can have a make or break effect on big holiday weekends. So I was a little shocked. Actually, this spot is still available for the 4th of July weekend. So I kind of was thinking that everything would already be booked up. So that's kind of cool that there's still something available there. By the time you watch this video, will it still be available? I don't know. This part here is really cool about the Reserve America site. They have got multiple pictures of pretty much every campsite. So now you can just kind of click through here. I can look to see where is the water, where's the fire ring, is there a raised up barbecue pit that I can use charcoal in, electricity, What about the space between the trees? I'm probably going to do tent camping. Am I going to have room? Is there going to be a flat surface for my tent? I love these pictures right here. So before I make the reservation, I like to know a little bit more about the spots that I like to look at, where I'm possibly going to be spending the night. So the 2 other websites that I've got is I have the actual Texas Parks and Wildlife page for Texas State Parks. So I'm going to find the park and I'm going to go to its actual page. Each park has its own page. It's pretty cool. So on the next tab, it talks about maps, and each one will have a different amount of maps that will show up here. But what I really like is the map of the park, and this one says and golf course. It's a PDF which you can download. This is the same map that they will hand you in paper when you get to the park. So you can open this up and you can actually see ahead of time what they've got to offer with that park map. So you can use your legend on the side. You can see what type the sites are. You can see where the bathrooms are, where the bathrooms with showers are. Then the next step is I go to Google Maps and I take a look there, and we'll use the satellite imagery and actually look at what it really looks like from another perspective that doesn't belong to the Texas State Parks. So looking around the park, I can see there's a swimming pool. What else do they have to offer? There's a playground right there with some tree shade cover, basketball court. That's pretty cool. I know from some other videos that I've seen on YouTube that there's some shorter hiking trails. Nothing really long here. Good for probably beginners with hiking. And this park too has golf courses. That's not really my thing. But if golf is your thing, it's an option here. I think it's 9 holes that they offer here. And there is a hall that they have, the recreation hall. I'll try to get some pictures and video of that when I go to this park to share with everybody. They got no reviews of the bathrooms. Come on, guys. So another thing I like to know is what's nearby. How experienced of a camper are you? And how prepared are you? And do you need to go get stuff? So as you can see here, Lockhart State Park's nice and close to the city of Lockhart. There's an HEB and there's a Walmart. So zoom out a little bit and you can see the relationship there to Walmart. And then you look up there, you can see HEB up there closer to the downtown of Lockhart. And don't forget, Lockhart has a lot of barbecue if you're going to Lockhart. Alright, let's take a moment here to look at the cost to stay at Lockhart State Park. They have up at the top the cost for 3 nights. I believe it was $20 a night. Then you've got the cost to get into the park. Then it has the discounts. So if you've got a state park pass, they give you half off of your second night. I thought it was more than the second night, but as I can see here, it's only the second night. And then they give you back a refund as well there in the receipt of what you were paying to get into the park. And you've got your total down there at the bottom. So that's what it looks like if you've got a state park pass and you're gonna make a reservation. All right, let's look at another park real quick and talk about what those little triangles mean on the reservation piece. So if you are booking for a future holiday, this right here is out at the end of the 5-month period. After the 5-month mark, you can book for more days as long as your first night is within that 5-month window. So if I wanted to book for 2 weeks, beyond that point there, I could, as long as I hit that first day, and then I could book for 2 weeks within those triangles that you see there. Now my first day cannot be on one of those little triangles. It has to be earlier within that 5-month period. That is super important. Now, let's talk about the reason why that's super important. So we've got Labor Day coming up. Labor Day's on a Monday, and it's going to be a popular camping weekend. So if you're able to go camping on Friday before Labor Day, you could book for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? And then you check out. So the first day available to reserve, if you want to do it right, you try to make sure you find that 5-month out date for that Friday. And then you can book it. Now, if you can't make it to campsite until Saturday, you're going to be in trouble here, because anybody that could make it out on Friday, they can then book further using these little blue triangles, may have already taken up all your campsites. So, the sooner you are able to get to a campsite in this regard will help you to guarantee that you can get the campsite that you want for these big holiday weekends like 4th of July or Labor Day, when everybody really wants to go camping. Now, what if somebody was really overzealous about that campsite you wanted, and so they booked it for Wednesday or Thursday? They were able to book it several days before you, because your first day that you're looking for was that Friday. So 2 days before you even were looking at the reservation site, they went and booked it on, say, Wednesday, and booked it all the way through the weekend, and now they've got the site. It's kind of frustrating that it works out that way, but this is the biggest thing that I wanted to let y'all know about this, so that you can be prepared, because we've got Labor Day weekend coming up soon, so you want to be ready for that. So let's look at another thing that you can run into with this reservation system. This one, Galveston Island State Park, they've got some electric hookup RV sites right on the beach on Galveston Island. But when you look at the availability, it has X's. So I was very confused. I went back several weeks. In fact, I went back all the months, and I cannot find where it's available at all or reserved. Normally, if it was reserved, it would have an R. The X means it's not available. I was getting a little frustrated, and I was actually getting prepared to call in to find out what was going on. As I poked around the site more, I realized that there were warnings on the front page for the Galveston Island page that actually stated that those sites are closed for construction and will be closed until 2022. So now I know I don't have to call. It's good to just read around and poke around on the website and try to get that kind of information, so you have a better idea of what might be causing you an issue like that. Okay, let's play around a little bit more with refining this search on the left. So I've already put in that I'm looking for electric 30 amp, as well as I'm looking for water hookup. And I'm looking here at Garner State Park. I've actually got a friend who's going there for 4th of July, which actually prompted this entire video because it got us talking about how to reserve sites. And there was still some tent sites available. Now right here, you can't see them at first until I modify it. When I remove the requirement for the 30 amp and the water hookup, the one there in the middle that has nothing all of a sudden becomes repopulated with sites that are available. So, and there are still some available, by the way. I think there's one left for 4th of July weekend, but they're tent only. And I am not one to be able to sleep well in a tent at night with no AC in July in Texas. Unless you can point me to a place that gets nice and cold in the nighttime, here out west maybe, then I probably will not be happy here. So, at any rate, you saw how we refined the search there. We removed the requirement for the electric hookup, and it modified what we could see there. Garner State Park appears to be really popular in the summertime. I believe the water that runs through there is nice and cool, so on a hot day it feels really nice and enjoyable. So y'all may want to take a look at that, see if you can enjoy Garner State Park. That'd be nice. It's out there by Uvalde, Leakey, Texas, in that way. I will make it there someday, I promise. just not the 4th of July weekend.
Good.
We're recording? Is it recording?
Yes.
Validate it's recording?
Yes, it is recording.
Is this fun?
Yes. Yes.
Y'all like making videos?
Yes. Yes.
Alright, thanks for sticking around through this video. I really hope that you found it informative. We hit on a few key points that are really important to when you want to reserve a site with Texas State Parks. I hope that you're able to utilize this, get the sites that you're looking for, get out there and get camping on those big weekends. I mean, I think that's something that you're going to want to do. So I'm glad that you guys stuck around for the video. If you've got any tips or pointers that I may have missed that you think should be added to our next video we do like this, please leave some comments down at the bottom. And don't forget to click on subscribe and keep on coming back here to check out more videos like this. All right, we're so thankful that you're here, but now it's time to get out there and go camping. So let me get my dog. Daisy! Daisy?